I am here, folks. Well, hello. Give me a second. I need to flick everything over.
Right, here we go then. That was an unusual start from me, wasn't it? iRacing. So, for those that don't know, or haven't seen any of the iRacing streams, we've done 2 or 3 now. Basically, I had to get from rookie class to C class in time for the Petit Le Mans. And this is the highlights of getting from rookie to that C class. Now, there is a lot of crashing in this, I will be honest. There is a lot of carnage. I even start from the back on a lot of occasions. We've got different combos here. This footage you have seen before, this is the Mazda stream. It was iPleb plus iRacing? No, that wasn't that. It was Pleb plus iRacing. So that is in the description if you want to go check out that full stream. It was a hilarious stream. It was good fun. But obviously, some funky stuff happened during this stream. So let's jump to some of that now. We had some good racing action, of course. The first thing to happen was we were racing this guy here. So I'm thinking, oh, excellent. I'm going to go down for the move on the inside. And then he just turns in and then, yeah, crash. And then whack from behind. So you can see how Carnegy it gets quite quickly. Now in iRacing, you can see at the top there, we've got incidents. The way to upgrade your license is to have no incidents. It's like a safety rating, essentially. The less incidents you have, basically, the more safe you are per corner, the quicker your license will advance. So that wasn't good for us. But on the first stream, we thought we'd go for, you know, just a little bit of fun, and then I'll go serious off stream, which we'll see some of the footage shortly, of actually trying to get that license up quick as we go for a 2-in-1 offer. It's a bug off offer there on going for the lead here on my first race. Obviously in rookie class, varying skill levels here because everyone's just jumping in straight into the game here. As you see now, the pink machine behind, going for the move down the left-hand side. We were on the inside, but we're losing a little bit of time. He came across me there, so I got another incident. He came across me under braking, and then I tapped him a little bit. I couldn't really do much about that. Then I hit him again, because he turned into me. So, as you see, we're not going very well, really, are we? We're like over halfway from getting disqualified now. You can see 9 out of 17 incidents, and 17 you get disqualified. So yeah, not going very well, but we won that race. Happy days. First race, we won. Brilliant stuff. I'm not going to go through every race result, by the way, because we'd be here for a fortnight. It's already quite a long video when I've edited this up. Too bad it wasn't for 1 million. That would have been nice, wouldn't it? 1 million straight off the bat. Happy days. But unfortunately not. Alright, let's jump to that next race then. You see my little dance there as well. So look at this one. A Peggy 18 moment. I get mounted by a Mazda. Twice. Peggy 18, Peggy 8. Yeah, I don't have that soundboard, but even so, you don't see that very often. A Mazda mounting a Mazda. That's how they are made in real life, folks, if you did not know that. 2 Mazdas put into a factory, they go at it, and happy days. So you can see on the left hand side here, we're going 3 wide into this corner, and I actually caused a crash here. So you notice how the Joshua Pratt goes deep there. But unfortunately, I take out that pink driver there, unfortunately. So apologies to that driver. Didn't realise he was there initially, so again, cost me some incidents. Racing that Joshua Pratt guy, he was all over the place. Although I was here as well, to be honest with you. So heading down towards this left-hander, I brake, and then we try and stop the car. The guy in front stops, and this guy goes super deep as well. Yeah, kind of awkward, but even so, we continue racing. I'd say the full race is on that stream if you go check out that stream. Excuse me. But we best now go have a look at some other races, I think. Oh, we're still on the stream, I think, here maybe. As you see, some guy goes, I'm going to send it, he said, and flies down the inside there. My word, what a send that was enough. Get slight tap on the rear, look at that. We go full Tokyo drift, happy days. I can't believe that send. I forgot about that one. Oh, there's a lot of sending in this. As we come through the right-hander here, so we're caught up to this guy, but then we get rear-ended again, and another Mazda tries to mount me. I don't know whether it's Mazda mating season. It's around the same time as the Spider mating season, so I don't know. But anyway, we continue on, and yeah, we continue on now. We've got 2 people behind us, and oh yes, it's another crash incoming. As he outbrakes himself a little bit there, spins me round. Unfortunately for me, actually, because he's next to the barrier, I bounce off him and I keep going straight. But look at those incidents. 13. I think I lost rating on my license in this one. I didn't gain any, so it wasn't going well. Now we get to the non-streams now. So as you see here, I started struggling with the starts on this day, and I couldn't really figure it out. I just assumed that people were using the H shifter here, and they were getting a much better start. The H shifter and clutch. Obviously, I'm just using the auto clutch and my paddle shifts here, so I was struggling quite a bit in terms of that. So just advance a bit further on in this race. We're going to try and go for a move here. Oh no, we're not actually. You're about to see Flying Master. See how I burst out laughing as well. A Flying Mazda. Harry Potter's joined the chat here because a Mazda apparently can fly as well as mate. Very magical cars indeed. They should call it the magical MX-5. Anyway, I struggled in with starts, of course. Now check this out. Yeah, I jumped the start. I tried something different by holding the brake and being in first, but it does what a car should do, which is jump. And yeah, we jumped the start. Now, we shouldn't really give up this position, you know, to the green car on my right-hand side, but I decided to have a bit of a race all the same, you know. It's all very well and good, just backing off and just thinking race is over, but if I can have a clean race, I'll have a clean race. I was being a lot more safer on this day. I did want to still race, you know, if I'm being ultra safe, I would start in the pits, which we do in a little bit. But even so, we have quite a good race here with the green car on the right. Unfortunately for me, he does get that position eventually. In fact, we go most of the lap, but I won't show you all the lap. Side by side. So some good racing, you know. We did have some good racing in this. Oh, we got flying cars behind again. Oh, Harry Potter's definitely joined the chat here. So we got advanced a bit further on here, and we were trying to fight for a position there. Another car goes down the left-hand side. Look in the mirror now. This is hilarious, by the way. Gets a unfortunate tap there, and then the chat up at top is brilliant. Watch this. Oh, damn and blast. So sorry, man. Well played, Chris, with that statement. That's hilarious. Oh, damn and blast. It's very posh. Very, very posh. Who knows? Maybe they are. And I unfortunately got an incident there as well. In towards the left we go. We're actually going to cause an incident ourselves now. So this guy, you can just hear him on the gears there. And we slightly tap him. So I think, okay, my fault. But he actually waits up for me as well. So we lose a huge amount of time waiting for each other. So shout out to Juan there. Not going for P1 at the moment, obviously, because we messed up there. So now we go for another start here. And we're trying different starts, different ways to start. Again, we lose out here massively. Getting absolutely bombarded. Stolen places there for days as we head into the right-hander here. So we do have a car on our left. Is that clear? I don't know. We've got another one on our left now as well. And we're going to actually overcompensate here and spin. You know what's coming. Oh, nasty. Yeah, we actually had a huge spin there. Fortunately, it's only 4 instants. Now, I tried to overcompensate with speed there because I'm losing so much on the starts. I struggle with cold tyres in this game, it's got to be honest. And, yeah, that happened. So, quite frustrating, but even so, we continue on. And you can see how the car just does not want to turn. Fortunately, I didn't get lapped and it did get mended, and I just carried on doing laps. As I say, it's safety rating per corner. A lot of you have told me that, so that's what I kept doing. Anyway, we're now going to jump away from the Mazdas, and we jumped into the Ferraris because we'd managed to go up a license. We're in D license now, not rookie, so we've upgraded our license. And I started in the pits because this is a track I don't really know, and I wanted to jump in and start getting this license up and running basically. I did a quick practice, jumped in this race, and you can start from the pits, as I say. The pit car's... pit car? What's a pit car? The pace car comes in. I then tried to go here, and then it tells me the pit exit is closed. You can see the Ferrari's going off in the distance. Obviously, that allows me to do the race and just, you know, go around the circuit, avoid getting incidents, go really slowly, and get that safety rating up as fast as possible, basically. I wanted to get it done as quick as possible. I originally predicted it would take me 10 races that day, but obviously I'd had quite a few incidents already, so then I was thinking, oh god, it's going to take me longer. But then I always forget you get a big bonus if you upgrade your license, essentially. So I'd had a big bonus, so it's kind of nice. So this is Summit Point Raceway, a circuit you've probably never seen before if you've never played iRacing. An interesting one, a very short circuit, I've got to say, a very tricky one. This left-hander, oh my word, this is such a tricky corner because obviously you want to chuck it in, you can see a bit of over-rotation there, but that gravel on the right side, I saw a lot of spins there, and we are going to see some of them. And this right-hander as well, it's very bumpy. So you sort of chuck it in here, and you want to keep it straight under braking. When I first jumped on this circuit, I span every time at that corner because I kept trying to turn and brake at the same time. And the car was like, you can't do that, Tidge, and just spat me off into the barrier, onto the grass, etc., etc. So So this was all very tricky. You can see how bumpy it is. This right-hander, it sort of pushed you out wide as well. It's like off camber a little bit. You can see how that works there. Get a little bit of air as well as the car lifts up. But this is Summit Point Race where we get to the last corner now. Chuck it into the right-hander and loads of runoff here. The nice thing is you can use all that runoff and you won't get incident points. So, you know, it's nice that they actually sort out the track limits in iRacing a little bit here. You know, they actually allow you to technically race what you would normally do in real life. So, kind of cool. As you saw there, a bit of a yellow flag as we come through here. We've been carrying on. And you see a car off there. Another car to the right. And I got a bit scared here. I was like, ah, please don't hit me. And during this race, I think a couple of them actually caught back up to me. And I just let them pass, basically. But in a different race, we're racing this Adrian person. And we caught up to this person from starting in the pits. And I've tried to pass cleanly here. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to go for it down the outside now. The nice thing is, if people do care about their safety rating, you can have a pretty good race in iRacing, to be honest with you. You really can. As you see, we go side by side there in the right-hander. It's very short circuit, very tight circuit, very bumpy, so very easy to have incidents. As you see, we're clear there. Through the left we go. We actually do our first overtake in the Ferrari challenge. Anyway, we advance a little bit further on now. And if you look up ahead, there's some fighting going on. Keep an eye on that up ahead. Let's put it that way as we head down towards the right-hander here, turn number 1. And if you look towards the right-hander, yeah, that's a slow car, right? It's on its roof. You can have some absolutely epic crashes in iRacing, I've got to say. It's been brilliant. So, a few days later, I jumped back on to make sure I got up to C license. I think it was this week that the race was on, to be honest with you. And as you can see here, we're at Suzuka now. So I thought, do you know what, I'll try to start. I'm near the back. There should be no incidents. And then the guy on the right didn't start straight off the bat. So you'll see them whiz past shortly. So that frustrated me a little bit because I was like, oh, come on, please. Just do a normal one. So finally they caught up. So happy days. We could just have a normal race. And my goal here, avoid all incidents. Avoid everything and just go. So we have this start. Now on small circuits like Summit Point, you do a full lap. Here at Suzuka, you just start off on the back straight there. So we kick off here, green, green, green. Off we go. So as I say, the goal here, avoid all possible incidents. As we head towards turn 1, you see I brake really, really early here. And, ooh, guy gets close. And as you can see, I'm trying to avoid it at all costs. So Suzuka's very different on iRacing to GT Sport. I'm not sure which one's going to be the correct version, if I'm honest. Seems pretty weird. Oh my word, look at that incident. Tried everything to avoid that. And fortunately we did. So no incidents so far. We're doing well. We're doing well. You can probably tell it's not going to last, but we are doing well. As we chuck it into the right-hander now. And we're just running a bit wide here. So I just let him go. Say I don't want to race anybody. Just nice and easy. Nice and easy. But you can see smoke there. Yeah, that Ferrari's been off as well. And same with this green Ferrari. But the hit Tidgney one and spins round. So I'm like, where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? No! And then, oh! And then another big flip. Oh. So you can see how quite quickly you got Carnegy. I decided straight after this, I am starting from the pits from now on. Because it was pure carnage a lot of the time. It really, really was. There were so many crashes that I saw. It wasn't the greatest, let's put it that way. Advance a bit further on, and I do start catching people up. This might actually be a different race. I can't remember now. I did quite a few races, of course. So yeah, I was looking to try and get past this driver, but very cleanly. I was very, very cautious about where I was making moves, and I tried a couple of times. So I had a good run on him this time, Lionel. So I thought, you know what, I'll try it at Spoon. I'll try it. I'll give him room. So you can see how I'm braking. I'm coming off the brake. Give him just enough room at Spoon. Happy days. What a move that was. Actually gaining a position. Went up to P13 there. Happy days. Through there we go. And we're going to advance a bit further on. Where in one of the sessions, I got pole. So throughout the night, I got quicker and quicker and quicker. Now if you saw my tweet, I started off in the 203s or 4s. I was in the 201s at this point, so I was actually flying. So I thought, do you know what? I'll start at the front, and I'll work my. I'll try and work my way forward further. You know, breaking that gap and going. So I quickly messaged Tidgney. I was like, what on earth do I do at the start here? I've no idea what I'm doing in iRacing. How do I start? because am I waiting for a green, or do I just go when the pace car comes in? So you go when the pace car comes in, and it's up to you when you go. Apparently you can report people who go early because it doesn't actually break the rules in some instances. I don't fully know, but essentially I was like, okay, I'll judge the speed here. So just wait for this pace car to go in. So I'm like, okay, where do I go here? Everyone behaves themselves, and then we plant our foot and off we go, and look at that huge gap we get. So what I'm going to do now, I was going to talk you through Suzuka a little bit on iRacing, because it is different to GT Sport. I'll talk you through the little quirks, little differences. So heading towards turn 1. Obviously this is the same as GT Sport essentially. It's all about that trail braking, trying to get the car rotated but not over rotated. This is all fine. Now the S's were slightly different. They felt tighter in iRacing, I'm not sure why, than they do in GT Sport. And I felt like I was understeering a lot more as well. So coming through here, I was just trying to do the same as what I normally do. Obviously, I always say, try not to brake if you don't need to brake. And you see, I just dab the brake slightly there, but nothing major. This left-hander, much easier in iRacing. I couldn't believe how easy that corner was in this game. Ridiculously easy, so yeah. But one corner that wasn't easy was Tidgney 1 and Tidgney 2. So coming into here, if you click that curb, as we saw earlier, you spin. And then as we get towards Tidgney 2, Tidgney 2 easier than actually GT Sport as well. It's very interesting to compare the two tracks, if I'm honest. As we head now towards the hairpin, this was more difficult because of my field of view. Obviously we're in the cockpit camera, so I couldn't really tell where the exit of the corner was, and that's where I gained a lot of my time throughout the nights. Is that I worked out where I could accelerate the car. I couldn't see the exit, but I could get an idea where the exit was, so you know I'm predicting where the car would be. Spoon, it was actually easier in iRacing as well. A lot of the corners are easier in iRacing, weirdly. You know, people talk about simulation and stuff. You know, simulation doesn't necessarily mean always harder as well. And iRacing is a more sim-like game than GT Sport, so it's kind of interesting that Suzuka feels easier to me. One corner that isn't easier is actually 130 out. Well, it is a little bit, but you can chuck it in there, but it's the exit. The curb can grab you sometimes, pretty scary. Casio triangle now, the final corner. Try and get that turned in. Obviously, you can't cut half as much. And then through there we go. And we actually dominated this race. We stormed to victory. And yes, Lars, I got told you were watching this as well, my friend, if you watched this video. There was 2 people watching. Tidgney was watching, and so was Lars. So, happy days. Too bad it wasn't for $1 million again. It would have been 2 million up there. But yeah, we won another race on iRacing. Happy days. And I'd say we dominated that race. We just went for it, and we were consistent as well, very much on point. So in my final race, I went to Lime Rock in the Mazda. So I was very close to getting my license up. So I was like, what can I do here to get my license? Mazdas. So I went to this track I've never done, and this was scary. Let's put it that way, because going on to a track you've never done, straight into a race essentially as well. I think I had like 5-10 minutes practice. Very scary, and you can see that from my very timid driving. I really didn't know, so obviously this was a risk. I see somebody there straight off the bat off, and I didn't want to race them. That's why I just let them go here. Now my goal in this race was just not to get laps, just keep going round, build that safety rating up, avoid any problems with anybody, and yeah, not get lapped. But as we went through the race, as you see, somebody just goes off there a little bit, and then another crash up ahead, which gets very scary as well. They wait for me there, so shout out to Troy on that one. But as you can see, we were sort of getting mixed up with cars, and I didn't want that. You saw I started from the pit lane. But I started building up my speed, so we advanced to lap 14 now, and you can see we're actually in the thick of it. And we've actually had a really, really good race. At this circuit, we started to build it up, and you'll see some actual actions. We're going to finish with a good race here now. You've seen a lot of highlights. Let's get some good highlights in this Mazda race. So it's brilliant racing. So you can see slipstream does have an impact here. The blue Mazda goes to the left. We get stuck in behind the yellow Mazda here. Obviously, we don't want to have an incident, so we just brake a little bit too early here, and we're just trying to keep it tight now to try and get this position. We're trying. Double apex corner this, but unfortunately for us, we don't get past Michael Carbonaro just at this moment as we continue on now to a very hard corner here. It's like a double chicane, essentially. So you can see the bumps there as well, and the yellow car gets it wrong, so we're actually going to follow the blue car of Michael up the hill. We get past Ricardo here, up another position. Happy days. And quite a few people were struggling with gears on that chicane, so I always made sure I was in 3rd gear quite early, so when they hit the limiter, I would actually overtake them as they change gear. That was my goal there. That's a little tip for you as well if you do start iRacing and you are at this Lime Park circuit. I think it's Lime. Apologies if I got that wrong now. But who knows? We're going to carry on. We're going to go a bit further now. And you can see action up ahead. Once again, somebody has just gone off there. And as we come around the right-hander, I think the yellow car was waiting up for them. As that car comes back on, and I think, okay, let's try and go around the outside here. You know, this is dangerous. I'm trying to get my safety rating up here, and now I'm in the thick of the action here in a 5-car fight. But the nice thing is, these guys were pretty clean in the grand scheme of it. Do you know what I mean? It's nice that you can have a clean race. And I was doing this on the circuit. I blimey didn't know up until this point, really. So coming into the braking zone here, and you can see how you can run very deep, very quickly. You can see those bumps. Oh, the sausages, but they're not quite sausages. They're triangles. Don't know what the triangle's of, but even so, we continue on. Through the right-hander we go. They just run a little bit wide there. And we're going to continue, see if we can go for the move here. But we're back out of it early, as I say. We're trying to be careful. They fall for it, so we think, oh, excellent. We have to back off here. Boom, get rammed. But the nice thing is, we get 0 incidents for that one. The game decides it's not our fault. Happy day. I wish other games could do that, if I'm honest. A penalty system that works. Happy days. As we're just going to speed it up a little bit here. And that guy is going to go for a move now. And I do see it coming, so I brake. And then I'm just like, you go for it, mate. And then I'm like, oh no, don't remind. But we survived just. We survived just. So speaking to Tidgney afterwards, who was watching this race, and so was Sky Pickman as well. They were my teammates at the Petit Le Mans. That guy was diving quite a lot. Somewhat ineffective in some places, which is why there was incidents. So it's a good job I tried to avoid that. And as you can see, this is the last lap of the race. So we're just going to come round now and finish that race. And hurrah! The good news is I did get the C license in time. If you saw the stream for the Petit Le Mans, we are going to talk about the race. There is going to be a race highlights of that because a lot of that was missed. So do keep an eye out for that video. That's the next iRacing video. But that's going to be it in terms of the iRacing video today. Really good race in the grand scheme of it. Really nice experience. I mean, there was a lot of crashes, but it's a really nice experience to learn that and go forward, basically, in terms of learning the game. But as I say, that's going to be it for me now, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you in another video or live stream again very soon.